Chat, welcome to 2026. I hope you guys have all had a great Christmas time, great New Year, and I hope the new year has started off really well for you guys. Um, it's John here again with uh, Rise Collectibles. I'm pretty sure is what I have the YouTube named under. I'm actually not too sure, right? Um, and I just wanted to get on here and talk about my hair's a little crazy, but I wanted to get on here and talk about the current state of the market. Since I last made a video, the market for One Piece has completely erupted. I honestly don't know what to say about it. I do think that there is a high demand for it. I mean, obviously, right? I feel like I'm just reiterating stuff that's already known, but what I mean by there is a demand is I would assume that this is not a bubble. I do think that the scenario for it being a bubble would One Piece would have to have no motion. In reality, it'd have to be people just pumping bags, which there has been people, pumping prices on boxes, singles, whatever it is. But it's like there's such a demand, there's a high demand for One Piece as well. I mean, like right now, so many people are getting back into the game that weren't playing. A lot of new players are getting into the game. Um, and with like OP14 slash EBO4 release, right? I know I'm coming back to playing the game. So the demand's there more than ever. Tournaments are filling up. I do think that is like largely due to, you know, promos and pricing and stuff being worth more now. But the community's more active than ever, and we're coming off like a format that a lot of people like to complain about. And I think this like beginning half of the year is really like set for it has set the stage for the market to somewhat continue in this way. Whether you disagree with it, whether you think it's a little crazy, whether you think it's gonna crash, I don't think that's the case. At least anytime soon. I think it's just like it's a very unique situation, right? Japan and like Bandai and whoever runs this card game. I mean, I know Bandai does, but whoever's in charge of their schemes and whatever it is, they were planning the simultaneous release. We got that announced a while ago. We all kind of figured it was coming, and this like change in release and stuff is like literally in the middle of this massive boom. Maybe it's also booming because of that. I don't really know. As I think nobody does, right? We all have our guesses of which caused which, but I do think that we're in a very unique I don't even think I know we're in a very unique situation. For the reason being that we are getting releases like back to back to back, um, in order to catch up with Japan, and then eventually it's gonna go back to normal, right? I hope everybody knows this. Speaking as if I'm just assuming that everybody that is watching this video or clip or whatever, I don't know what I'm gonna decide to do. But that's under the assumption that everybody kind of knows. It, Releases aren't this constant. Um, Usually EB's like in May, but because we're trying to link up with Japan, this year is literally just jam-packed with sets. At least this first half of the year, because OP16 is slated to release and we should be getting our anniversary set in August, I want to say. I don't think there's an official release date, but it should probably be August, because I do believe that Japan's first anniversary or I believe their anniversary is in August. Because I believe that's when the game dropped. It was like a few months ahead of us, half a year, I want to say, ahead of us, and ours is in December, so probably August, maybe July. I don't think it's July. Um, but yeah, it's a very 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 unique time because we are getting EBO3. I don't heroines. I don't know. I say heroines and I think of like the drug heroin, so maybe I'm saying that incorrectly. Um, but we're getting EBO3 in a month after getting OP14, which is really soon, and that is like the absolute gooner like set. It's the gooner set. I'm gonna be honest. It's just a bunch of women, You know, the arts look fantastic. The cards are fantastic. Super playable cards coming out of that set that will support decks such as Mono Yellow Luffy. And yeah, the pre-sale for those have been going insane. A few weeks ago they were 350, then they hit 4. I think last time I checked TCG Player, I know you can see on the borders. I'm gonna upload the video like this, by the way. I don't know why I can't format it properly. Or it's like, oh, this was short printed, or oh, this and that. I think we're seeing that with bows right now. Bows are being expensive because they're played in the Gecko Moria deck that people are trying, and as well as Boa. Obviously, it's played in Boa, and it's a 4-0. We haven't seen I think we haven't seen an SR go that crazy in a minute. I do remember, and I see a lot of people commenting online, you know, like, oh, back in the day, Borsalinos. But I think the main difference with Borsalino and Boa is Borsalino was not a $50 card on drop. Same thing with Katas. I believe Katas were like 40, 30 to 40, and that's for a secret rare. Borsalinos were also like 15 to 20 bucks, I believe. And then they hit 50 right after, you know, people were like, oh shit, I need that in my Smoker deck or my Lucha deck, whatever it is. Um, so with that being said, my honest thoughts on EBO3 is if you got boxes, pray that your local game stores are not shady. They don't cancel your pre-orders. And if they do cancel your pre-orders, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Honestly, um, yeah, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. I know playables for this set are gonna be very expensive. Um, well, I don't know, right? I'm guessing, but yeah. I think that's all I wanted to discuss on One Piece, right? I don't even know if I got to my point. I didn't. Let me summarize real quick. Unique time in the market, 2026, OP14, January, February, I think April, May, we're getting OP15, other half of EBO4. And June, we're getting OP16, and then probably a month or two later, we are getting OP17, which will be our anniversary set. So our anniversary set is getting moved up from December to sooner to line up with Japan. For that reason, we're getting back-to-back-to-back sets, super loaded with cool stuff, and it is gonna lead to the continuation of this crazy market, in all honesty. That is my guess. I don't see stuff like dropping. I know, like, I was vending at a card show today, and I saw, like, not saw, I guess I heard people, and they were just like, oh, like, it's not sustainable. We'll see. We'll see how sustainable these kind of prices are. I think OP14 coming out and being a $230 box. I mean, on drop they were 270. Right now they're 238. I picked up two today. Picked up two. I thought that it was a good time to pick some up. They've dipped down a lot. It's a good set. I will say this because I spoke with a friend and he kind of put it into a new perspective for me. Um, OP14 and OP15 are going to be completely unique sets because you usually I want to fact check it before I say it, I guess, but I'll fact check it after the fact. All sets have 6 SPs. All sets have 6 SPs. I don't think there's an oddball out except for OP14, which has 9 SPs because it takes 3 from the half of EB that it has, and the main 6 from the OP14. 9 SPs, same thing's going to happen with OP15 because they have the other half of EB. 6 regular SPs, The other three, that would be an EB. Unless Bandai changes that and doesn't continue, I think that puts boxes like OP14 and OP15 in very, very unique positions. And in my head, I do this a lot. I don't know the true reasoning or explanation behind it. Um, but I tend to look at boxes. So like OP08, right? OP08 is often regarded as terrible set, like really not good. I remember I was cracking boxes a year and a couple months ago, like December 2024. I was cracking boxes with the homies from a local game store that was fire selling them for $65 a box. Those boxes are now like $220. In my head, a set that is highly regarded as a not very good set. Same thing with Legacy of the Master, OP12. They're like 220 a box. For two sets that are like not that heavy on the collector side, I see no reason why a set like this should be only 20, $25 more expensive than either of those two sets. I think either A, those are highly overvalued, which in my opinion is true, and B, OP14 is undervalued, which again, in my opinion, is also true because this is going to be one of the two sets, one of the two only sets, and we already know this set is good. I don't know if we've seen everything from OP15. I believe we haven't because they're still releasing stuff. Like the Lucy, they just released the Lucy, the Don Krieg, and then the Mono Yellow NL, and then we have the Yellow Luffy, I think, the Yellow Luffy leader. Um, these two sets are going to be completely unique in the aspect of they're going to have 9 SPs, more things to pull. Ratios are probably messed up because this is something unique that they're doing. I have seen people open boxes out of their SRs. They don't get a single BOA, which might lead to why they're more expensive. And yeah, these boxes are just unique. There is, I think, if a One Piece box drops and it is like 150 to like 180, it's completely reasonable. I think, like back then when the boxes, would drop and you get them for 120, 130, sometimes 140, like it's cool, right? Super awesome, super awesome. But I personally see no reason as to why like this set should be dropping, comes up in price, drops down, and you're gonna tell me it's not gonna go back up. In my head, that's not how that functions. Like in my head, it's like these boxes are gonna go up. It's just a matter of when. When are these boxes gonna go up? And the reason I say this is for the like exact reason. Like I told you guys, 9 SPs. Like, and they're pretty desirable. I have the SP sugars from the set in my Dofi deck that I'm playing, and the people that I've showed the sugars to, like vendors, players, whatever, they compliment it because the color scheme is beautiful. And Sugar's not even that popular of a character. That's one of the SPs. What the Zoro's amazing, the Buggy's amazing. The I know people don't like to hear manga event, but it's a manga panel on an alt art. The event alt art, like the Boa, the Ground Death, are phenomenal looking cards. The Kid Killer's okay. I think card's cool to play with, whatever. The Weevil is also like an okay SP, but like for something that was a staple in a blue deck like Doflamingo and Warlord's always getting some love, like you're telling me that card won't be played again at some point? Like it's gotta be. It's gotta be. There's no way it doesn't get played. So like those SPs, I can't remember the other ones. I know there's a couple other ones. My bad, like the Sengoku and forgot. Forgot the rest. I might have named them all. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you got this far. Um like maybe you're like, oh well, some of them are mid, whatever, blah blah blah. But 9 SPs gives you a high chance of hitting something, man. There's 9 different SPs that you can pull from, and you're gonna tell me like, nah, like this box was whack. I don't see it going below OP08. If this box drops to $200, OP08 should not be 220. Maybe you're like, oh well, the supply of things, blah blah blah. Yeah, maybe in the short term, but in the long term, like once these boxes, because this box is the most accessible box there is currently, right? And there is the most amount of this box. It's not gonna be like that forever. Soon, EB's gonna come out. EB's probably still gonna be less than OP14, but then OP15 is gonna come out, and we're probably gonna like see these boxes go up in price. So I do think that is the move if you're looking to buy a One Piece box. Like, oh, like what's the next thing that's gonna go up, or what am I gonna make money on? What will multiply within a short amount of time? I don't fucking know, dude. Like, if I knew, I would be buying that thing. I'm just looking to buy what I like, which I emphasized in previous videos, in 2025. And yeah, I'm just gonna look into buying what I like. You know, I like this set. I think this set is phenomenal. In terms of from a player perspective, collector perspective, it's also pretty cool. You got the I think the SP Zoro alone is good enough to carry this set. This like it is beautiful. And then you have a bunch of boa alt arts, and then you have a bunch of what's it called? Sorry, I'm blanking. Oh, the alt art events. Yes, yes, yes. You have two of them. Two of them in the set. They're both pretty cool. Both of them are pretty cool, and both are playable. Like shocker. I mean, OP12 you had what is it, the boof burst or whatever it's called, and the DMG. DMG's sick. Boof burst isn't really played in anything, so it's like eh. Um, 13 you had Divine Departure, which phenomenal card. I play three of them in my deck, and can't even tell you what the other event was, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I forgot. But anyways, like I was saying, these two events are phenomenal. Any black deck's gonna be using this Crocodile, Ground Death, Alt Art for people who like blinging their shit out. And Boa, well the Boa card is Boa, so she's Boaing. Yeah. She's bowing. She's bowing. Um so yeah. I think that's all I wanted to kind of get out of my mind. I'm gonna hop on here and I'm gonna always talk about what pops in my head, what I'm thinking in terms of the card market. So I don't know. I'm gonna decide right now in the next 5 seconds. Look at how long I've been recording for. 16 minutes. It's not that long. Um, let's talk about Pokemon. I think the last video I did, or second to last video I did, I spoke about the soft season of or the soft point, I guess, in the market of the holiday season 2025. And I hope everybody listened. I hope the 20 something viewers that saw the video got that far in the video and decided, you know what? I'm going to listen to this random guy on the internet and I'm going to go ahead and pick up something I like. Hope you listened. If you did, I think I'm looking pretty intelligent right now. I'm not going to lie. It was an easy call. Right, it's easy to say I'm right. I honestly did not expect the Pokemon market to kind of not fix itself, but you know, go back up this early. It's only been 4 weeks into 2026. And yeah, I picked up like Silver Tempest booster boxes. I think they had dipped down to like 430. I was trying to pick them up for like 400. Was able to get my hands on a couple. And yeah, those things are like 480 now, I think 490 on TCG Player. So that's sick. Same thing with Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance dipped down. I think they were like 330, 340. I think those are also starting to touch 400 again. So that's great. You know, those are two sets I was looking into, and yeah, Pokemon's been chilling. In all honesty, I've seen singles starting to trend back up a little bit. Box is it's mainly sealed. That is kind of trickling back up. But in all honesty, it's happening quicker than I thought it would. I thought we would see this kind of stuff like in February. I thought sealed would be like, I thought January would still be pretty soft, but I think with the boom of One Piece, people kind of have it in their brain of like, oh, maybe I should put my money into Pokemon. So I think that's what's leading to a lot of buying currently. Um, but yeah, in all honesty, the market right now is, in my opinion, it's going crazy, but very like, I think it's very reasonable for the most part. I think Pokemon stuff is chilling. The One Piece part is kind of crazy. That I don't think it's too reasonable. But at the same time, like, you gotta understand, like, One Piece just has motion, man. Has motion like no other. Yeah, you can pin it on whoever you want. You can pin it on, you know, the Poke Bros, Sneakerheads, like, whoever you want to blame. I mean, by all means. Um, but at the end of the day, I think it's not like, it's not empty hype. I do think some people are giving it a chance. Some people are giving, you know, live action, the manga, probably not the anime, right? I've heard a lot of people are waiting for the the 25th anniversary anime thingy or 30th anniversary, whatever, like the Wit Studios remake that they were planning. I heard people waiting for that, so I mean, hopefully that comes out soon. I'm pretty sure there was news not too long ago that it's still in development or whatever. But yeah, like it has that kind of motion. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Like I said, it's cool to see the player base growing. I'm hearing from other vendors that they're starting to learn how to play, and I'm like, it's not fully like empty hype from what I'm seeing and hearing. A place I work at too, like people come by and they're asking for playables for decks, and they're like, I'm just learning how to play this, and that, and then they do complain like, you know what, it is expensive, but they're still willing to spend, which like you can kind of sense and like gauge the demand for stuff, and it's there, man. It's not empty hype. Sometimes like during the Pokemon bull market of 2025, you can see, multiple buyouts and stuff, and you'd be like, oh, it's false hype, it's people pumping and dumping. In One Piece, I'm not gonna lie, you still see that, right? You see buyouts all the time and stuff, but some of the buyouts lead to pretty much stable prices at that new buyout price. It's happened for a couple of cards. Why? Because maybe those cards are just needed for decks and stuff. Like the demand seems to be there. Will it continue to be that way? I don't know. But like I said, One Piece just kind of has this has a separate like motion. Like it's just got motion, bro. I don't know how else to explain it. It's great. It's fantastic. For players, it's like okay. I think you could still build decks reasonably cheap. Um, I just think like the days of building a deck for 150 kind of over. I think you definitely have to spend money to build a deck. But I feel like that's not so different, I feel like it's mainly more difficult for the newer people. But I remember when first PRB came out, everyone was breathing a sigh of relief because we got reprints that we needed. But prior to that, I mean, dude, like Queens were like 40, $50. Borsalinos, Kuzans were like 15, $20. The Curries were like $85 for the base secret rare. Um, so I've seen it before. Maybe it's a little worse this time. But it's not like something completely unseen. We can't fully blame the high prices on the Pokebros or whatever it is, because it's something that has happened before. And like I said, if you want to just pin like the blame on someone, it's easy to just say, "Ah, it's the scalpers, sneakerheads, Pokebros, investor bros, crypto bros, all the bros, all the bros." You can blame all the bros, but I don't know. I just think markets, the market's marketing. Will it continue? My guess is what is my guess? I want to say my guess is yes. I think it'll continue. Is it stable at this price? Can like it be held at this price point? Probably, to be honest. Like I don't want to sound like a spoiled brat or anything. But I think my biggest thing for sure is that like it's still not in. I think when a box on drop for One Piece is like 300, 350, $400, it's like bad. But when a box is still in the low 200s, high 100s, I think that range is like, I think it's somewhat reasonable, to be completely honest. And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not reasonable. But I just think like, in a card game where you're guaranteed two alt arts, and they're not good. They're not always gonna be good alt arts, but you're guaranteed good alt arts, like two alt arts. I mean, or like an alt art secret rare. Sometimes alt art secret rare, alt art, like whatever I think anything near $200 is reasonable for a box. Maybe I'm the only one saying this. Maybe I'm the only one that believes this. But I mean, we've seen it before. During OPO2, there was a point in time where the boxes were like 220, I think, or 210. Um, Same thing with the fifth anniversary. I want to say they were like 190. Um, or like somewhere around there. I do remember. Um, so I think OPO 9 on drop was like 150. I think they stayed around there for a bit. I mean, look at those boxes now. They're super expensive, right? But my point is like it's not unforeseen. It's just the extra 50 $100 like price increase is just due to the new demand. I mean, everybody's looking to get more boxes. When I picked up my 2 boxes today, actually, I had the boxes chilling there, not on the table because I was like, nah. But they were visible to people, right? And I didn't do that on purpose or anything. But I did get people asking. They're like, "Hey, are those for sale? Hey, are those for sale?" Walked around multiple times. Show wasn't that big. Great show though. Shout out Showcase Card Show. Um, Hashtag not sponsored. But yeah, I walked around. Nobody had OP 14 boxes. Everybody, a lot of people had One Piece singles. Nobody had OP 14 boxes. The one guy that did, he had 2 of them, and I got a deal done with him. A manga that I had picked up, super clean, super gradable. I don't grade One Piece. I shot it to him and I was like, "Yo, let's work something out. Give me cash. Give me those 2 boxes. Give me a shit ton of playables that you probably don't even care about too much." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And I was like, "Dude, we got a deal. Let's get to working. Let's get this done." And yeah, I mean, here I am now, 2 boxes in. I want to get more. I want to get more. I do think the set is fantastic. I'm a fan of the set, and yeah, I don't know. Um, I will end the video, which means I'll probably be yapping for another 5 minutes probably. I will end the video by saying that I will continue to make videos, whether people watch them or not. In all honesty, I'm not gonna edit these videos or anything. I'm just gonna speak my raw thoughts. So if you hear me rambling, if I lose my point somewhere and you guys have questions, ask in the comments. Eventually, I'll be able to like get my point across clearer. I feel like I'm a mess when I talk, but I just want to get my thoughts out there. This to me, this is my online personal journal, and I'm just speaking to you guys about how I feel about the market or cards or boxes or whatever's going on, right? So I hope you guys join me for the journey. It's gonna be a long one. We'll probably be making YouTube videos for the next 20, 30 years. Consistently, probably not, bro. I be having shit going on sometimes, but periodically, probably drop more videos. I think now that I care a little less, maybe eventually, I'll edit this out. I know you could, or I guess you can't see my pen, but like, just cut out the side. Like, I'm not even gonna cut out the side. Like, you see one thing's in my shopping cart. I'm looking at the Azure, Seas booster box. I think that's what it's on. I don't want to click off. I got the One Piece sim. Oh wait, I got the One Piece sim right there. And then I got Discord. It's not even open right there. Spotify. Yes, I listen to music right there. I'm human. You knew Chrome was open. Friday Night Funkin'. Super fun game. I haven't played that game in forever, but it's still pinned there. Microsoft Edge, Wallpaper Engine, the site that I'm using to currently record this right there. But yeah, anyways, I'm so sorry. I got so sidetracked. To end this video, I hope you guys continue to follow. This is gonna be a long journey. I did say in the videos that I wanted this to be a journey of my goals and dreams. I think it's everybody's dream to, be rich, be able to afford a home you want, be able to do what you want to do. Um, and in all honesty, after so many years of, collecting and last year just jumping into the game, I do believe that I kind of found my stride. I think I've found my little pride and joy, that might help me make money. Right, being a vendor, has really been amazing. People I've been able to meet, incredible connections I've been able to make, also incredible. And I'm forever grateful for all this stuff. And I hope you guys continue to follow my journey. because I got a lot of plans, and I think it's easy to speak about this because the market we've been in is amazing. So like I said, this is kind of like a journal to myself, and once, the market takes a downturn, whenever that is, um, we'll see what my reaction is. Maybe people won't be going to card shows as much, right, in the future because everything's down. And in all honesty, I am trying to take advantage of the fact that the market is really good right now and trying to build up very big, very big amounts of, capital and whatever it is, items, so that once the market takes a downturn, whenever it is, whether it's 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 months from now, 4 months from now, whenever it is, I want to be prepared because I do intend to continue this journey through the ups and downs. And I know everybody says this, I know you might hear it a lot, but it's just like, I like this game. The moment being a vendor is not as, like, I guess, rewarding. I intend to continue doing it. If it's allowing me to buy people's collections, at 80%, lower end stuff 70%, I'm still gonna do it, and I want to capitalize myself properly, so that way once there is a downturn and people are like, you know what, I want to get out of this hobby, I am able to pick up a bunch of stuff and hold on to it. And if the market never goes back up, it's not the end of the world because my collection will be fantastic. And if the market goes up, even better. There is no bad outcome. There is no bad outcome. The only bad outcome is, like, everything just completely, like, the entire planet, like, exploding. And this is the only bad outcome, right? Because if these cards become worthless, I will literally pay everybody for all of their cards and keep all of them and just stay in my room and curl up with a binder of Pokemon and flip through the pages for the rest of eternity. Um, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. I mean, that's really not gonna happen. So I don't know what people are stressing. I will say that I don't know. Actually, I think I'd rather not comment. Um, but I'm seeing that I've been recording for 32 minutes, and I'm not gonna do no editing. So if I stumbled on my words somewhere, said something stupid, fact check me or ask questions in the comments if you get this far. I doubt any of you guys are getting this far. But in, like 2, 3, 4 years after this next business cycle of like crash, oh my god, bull market, oh dude, I loved Pokemon. After one business cycle of that, I hope people come back and watch these old videos and be like, damn, like this guy was fucking crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. I'm not saying anything too crazy. I just think it's like, I don't know. I just like being very raw. I like throwing my words out there. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, ask. Ask and I will explain it better, hopefully. I don't know. I'll probably make another video after this one to retouch on the things that I said. I think my biggest thing was just kind of getting my thoughts on One Piece out there, my small thoughts on Pokemon, and just speaking about my journey. Like I did say that I want to make this channel about my journey um through the world of cardboard, and I just honestly haven't really put much time into like recording shows or something. I've met cool people, done big deals. Maybe eventually I'll start recording on my phone and upload and be like, hey guys, we got this deal going out, this and that, and then people will comment, be like, yo, you got fleeced, bro, that's a scam. Or they're gonna be like, dude, you're a scammer, you fleeced them. Either way, like, I'm probably gonna try to make that content. I'm just not a very social media presence kind of guy. I'm not the very peppy TikTok whatnot streamer energy. I'm just kind of myself, and I don't know if that's good for short form content, but for long form content, like, dude, I can ramble on for an hour, to be honest. Will people watch? No, but I'm just gonna upload it. I'm gonna upload this, and then I'll probably make a more concise video, a very shorter, like much shorter video. Just kind of talking about, like I said, the points that I made in this video and how I think everything's gonna go. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, well then I'm gonna look super smart, super smart. Um, But yeah, don't forget. I don't know. I don't know. I might make this my slogan or my, like my one-liner. Buy what you like. Buy what you like, and you'll have no problem through any market. I mean, you might, right? You'll be like, my collection was 10,000. You said no problems. Now it's 1,000. But if it drops 90%, it's probably the end of the world, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I like, yeah, it's probably the end of the world if your whole collection drops 90%. It's probably the end of the world, bro. Because I don't see that happening in any universe unless it's the end of the world. That's literally it. But yeah, I'll leave you guys with that message. Buy what you like. Don't buy what you don't. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will maybe be made right after this one. We'll see. Probably won't upload at the same time, but I gotta review this video, make sure I wasn't like too retarded or anything. And yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I love you guys, and to a successful 2026.